friends. I'm Karen, and this is the Family Food for Moms podcast. We're talking about inspiration for family cooking and dining. I've always been fascinated by dining cars on trains. When I was a little girl, we used to travel on a train quite often overnight, and the best part was getting to go to the dining car. And it was always so beautiful with this wood paneling and like velvet. The tables would be set with a big white tablecloth and a flower in a vase. And then you could order just like you were in a restaurant. And I always found this so amazing. Like you look out the window and there's a beautiful view going by while you eat your dinner. So I think it's the best place to have a meal, in my opinion, is on a train in the dining car, especially when it's fancy. So today for fun, I thought it would be great to look at what kinds of food you can get on a train. It's not particularly for us to learn from, although there's definitely principles that we can draw from it. But it's more just for fun to get some ideas of what the chefs cook on trains. They have unique challenges. For example, a small kitchen and adaptability to whatever region they're in. Perhaps they adjust what they cook in different places. They need to be efficient and have good customer service and good communication with all the people that get the meals out, like in a restaurant, but even more so. And then they need to be creative, etc. So there's limited time, there's limited space. And we can definitely learn from that because often that's the case in our homes too. Limited time to figure out what to cook and limited time to cook it. So I think for chefs on trains and for us at home, the key to being successful with our meals is planning, figuring out how we can best make it work effectively, considering our space and time and all of that. So let's just look at some meals and things they do on trains. So luxury train dining is the best. On high-end luxury trains like the Orient Express in England or the Royal Scotsman, you pay for your meals as part of the experience. They're gourmet meals prepared by top chefs as you travel through stunning landscapes. And there's quite a lot of historical significance of train food. It was a very big deal in the early 20th century. It was actually one of the only ways to get a good meal during long journeys. And the dining experience on trains like the Trans-Siberian Railway or the California Zephyr helped shape the culture of luxury travel. Today you have to go on a really fancy train to get that level of experience. Then at the train station, you can get snacks. There'd be a kiosk with some local delicacies. In Japan, you'll find ekeben, which is boxed lunches with delicacies from the region. In Italy, you can find fresh pastries and sandwiches. And then there are even mobile meals, which is similar to on an airplane, where on some modern trains, they deliver the food to your seat. And they even sometimes use small robots, automated robots, or attendants with meal carts. The robots, I can imagine, feels like a futuristic dining experience. So the train kitchens, as I mentioned, are often small with limited space. So the chefs need to prioritize how they're going to do things, do them efficiently, and then think creatively and plan. And that's definitely something we can learn from. Optimizing resources, seeing what you've got to work with, whatever limited equipment you have, and then streamlining the operation, getting your kids involved as they get the team all ready to do their part, and then it works effectively as it has to. So they have limited ingredients. They can't easily add to what they have. So they must work with ingredients that they have and that may not be as fresh as what you find in traditional restaurants. There's also time constraints because somebody's on the train for a short time. They have a schedule. They've got to have a quick and delicious meal that's not delayed. So the chefs need to be innovative to find dishes that meet high standards but don't take hours to prepare or can be easily prepared and stored in advance. So that's also something we can learn from, storing parts or whole meals in advance, figuring out which nights we're going to have shorter time, and then making sure that the meal is still delicious. Using teamwork, coordination between our team, our kids, helping us each to know our role and how to make it most effective. And that often means doing less ourselves and helping the others to do more. So let's get down to the actual meals. So Swiss trains, scenic routes like the Glacier Express or the Bernina Express, they're going to be highlighting Swiss culinary traditions and using fresh local ingredients. So the classic Swiss cheese fondue, which is melted cheese like Emmentaler, Gruyere, a little bit of white wine, and lemon juice and salt is basically all you need, with bread cubes. So they'll serve that. Rosti is a potato dish, a crispy potato cake, like a side, usually paired with meat. They'll serve Swiss sausages, pastries like Nusstort, which is a nut-filled pastry, or Zuckerkirschtorte, a cherry-flavored cake. They'll serve whatever seasonal dishes are appropriate, stews or sausages. Raclette is melted cheese over potatoes and vegetables. So many Swiss delicacies. Then on British trains, you can often get the full English breakfast, which everybody in the world loves. Eggs, bacon, sausages, baked beans, grilled tomatoes, mushrooms, and toast. Very good for a long train journey or an overnight one where you get up for a lovely breakfast when you're hungry. The ploughman's lunch is a traditional cold meal featuring things like cheese, pickles, bread, crackers, ham, hard-boiled eggs, salad ingredients. It's great for a lighter snack or lunch when you're traveling. Then, of course, the British fish and chips. Definitely find that on British trains. Sandwiches and wraps with smoked salmon, roast beef, chicken salad are usually offered on British trains. Easy to prepare and quick to eat. Then afternoon tea. The British are famous for their afternoon tea. So looking for a more luxurious experience, passengers can enjoy their afternoon tea with finger sandwiches, cucumber sandwiches, scones with clotted cream or whipped cream and jam, and all kinds of little cakes and pastries. And then quiche and salad, sometimes crustless, but usually little round quiches with a crust, with salad. Cheese, spinach, ham and cheese. These are some of the flavors, and then the salad goes with the quiche. Then hot meals like curry or pasta or stews are offered, and also seasonal dishes. For example, in winter, roasted vegetables, root vegetables with a stew. Have you ever seen those videos, AI videos of yourself traveling through your beautiful countryside on a train? I love to watch those. So close your eyes and imagine you're going through the beautiful snowy mountains in Switzerland or the green fields in Scotland, seeing the animals along the way. You have the window of the train open and feeling the beautiful fresh air blowing in your face. And you have a cup of hot chocolate that they've delivered to your little table in your cabin. Relax and picture that while I tell you some more meals that you find on trains. So in France, often you'll find the croque monsieur and the croque madame, which has a fried egg on top. Croque monsieur is the toasted sandwich with ham and cheese with bechamel sauce on top, and then often a side of salad. Quiche Lorraine is a savory quiche made with the usual eggs, cream, cheese, and bacon, and often something like Gruyere cheese to make it extra delicious. The charcuterie, so the selection of fine French cheeses, cured meats, bread or pate, other dips. So these remind me of our exciting news, which is that our recipe book, the first one, is coming out soon, and it's called Elegant Easy Appetizers. So if you want to set your family on a train journey at home, you can use one of our amazing appetizers. They're very easy to make. They all have 5 ingredients. Some you don't need to cook at all, like our cucumber and tomato, basil pesto and cream cheese appetizer. Or some of the cooked ones, we have the camembert cheese as a dip with strawberry jam and Melba toast. Or puff pastry tarts made with puff pastry and then butternut and feta. There's lots of different ones that are really good to do at home, either for a date night at home, for a family celebration, or a family meal that you want to make a little bit special, or for entertaining guests. So it's a small recipe book that makes things really easy for you to do elegant appetizers that anybody can make and that are delicious and lift your meal to the next level. So they sound a lot like what you get on a French train. Then Italy, panini, which is a pressed sandwich with fillings like mozzarella, prosciutto, and tomatoes. Pasta dishes, of course. Penne arrabbiata, pasta puttanesca, spaghetti alla carbonara. Then frittatas, a type of Italian omelette with a mix of vegetables. Risotto, the creamy rice dish, often found on the premium trains. Then Germany, sausages and pretzels. Hearty meats like sausages, bratwurst, weisswurst, with mustard and a traditional soft pretzel. Or schnitzel, veal or chicken schnitzel, braided and fried, served with potatoes or salad, is amazing. Kartoffelsalat, potato salad, special German kind. Bierwurst and Brot, which is cold cuts, and a type of sausage with bread and pickles. So that would be similar to a charcuterie. In Spain, bocadillos, I think you say it, Spanish sandwiches made with crusty bread, with cured ham or tortilla or chorizo. Paella, the Spanish rice dish made with seafood. And then tapas, which are a selection of small plates with various items: fried potatoes with spicy sauce, cured ham, olives. And then empanadas, pastry filled with savory fillings, meat or seafood. Belgium, moles frites is mussels served with fries. Fries are very popular in Belgium, called frites. They're thin, long fries, and they're found often on the trains and everywhere else. Waffles, Belgian waffles as a sweet snack with whipped cream and chocolate or fruit. A beef stew, a Flemish-style beef stew, stoofvlees, and often served with fries again or bread. The Netherlands, raw herring fish served with onions and pickles is a traditional Dutch snack. Bitterballen, Dutch deep-fried meatballs, also a snack or appetizer. And then croquette, made with meat ragu and breaded and cooked like that. Trains in New Zealand, imagine the beautiful hills of New Zealand with the little hobbit houses inside, traveling through that beautiful scenery. They often have hot meals on longer scenic journeys like the Transalpine or the Northern Explorer. So there'll be roast beef or lamb with vegetables or potato, similar to the British dish, stews or casseroles, and again, fish and chips from their British heritage. Colder meals on a New Zealand train, you might find salads, sandwiches, and wraps with chicken, ham, or vegetarian fillings. Then snacks like muffins, nuts, and cheese platters with crackers. And then traditional New Zealand desserts. Pavlova, which is a meringue-based dessert. Desserts with kiwi fruit. And then lamingtons, an Australian dessert, but also found in New Zealand with coconut on the outside of that gooey chocolatey cake, or you get the strawberry flavor. Delicious. And then last of all, trains in the USA. On long distance trains like the Cardinal, Lakeshore Limited, Amtrak offers dining cars. Passengers in what they call roomettes or sleeper cars receive complimentary meals. or you can buy your own meals. Breakfast options include scrambled eggs with sausage or bacon, pancakes or French toast with syrup, breakfast burritos, oatmeal with fruit and nuts. Then for lunch and dinner, a typical meal could be grilled chicken or beef with vegetables and potatoes, meatloaf, pot roast with mashed potatoes and gravy, pasta dishes like spaghetti with marinara sauce, fresh salads with chicken or tuna, and then sandwiches, the turkey club, the roast beef, vegetarian wraps, and then various cakes, pies, or cookies for dessert. Often there'll be cafe cars or snack bars, and these don't have the full dining service, but they sell all kinds of interesting kinds of coffee, light meals, and snacks. Pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, sandwiches. So those are not nearly as delightful as going to a dining car. On some of the special trains, they have the gourmet meals or fine dining, like you'd find in a fancy restaurant. Food on trains holds a special kind of magic. It's not just the meal, but it's the experience that intertwines with the journey of where you're going. Even a simple sandwich while you have the view of the rolling hills or the distant mountains or a river in a forest. There's something about eating on a train that I've always felt was special, even when I was a little girl. My dad always taught me to listen for the rhythm of the train on the tracks, that regular rhythm. And there was always this sense of adventure with a train journey. So food on trains can bring back memories or help you to imagine times in history, especially aboard trains like the Orient Express or the Indian Railways. And there's the magic of the food and the dining car and the fact that you're traveling to somewhere new. So if you like the idea of going to a dining car with an elegant table setting and a beautiful view, I recommend looking up any train journeys that are nearby. Perhaps you can take a day trip on a train or a half day, and one that includes a dining experience is amazing. So I hope you enjoyed thinking about all these meals on trains as much as I did, and I do hope you get to experience one soon. Thanks for listening. See you next time.